Okay, so get this. Motorcycles, history, European adventure, all rolled into one. We're diving into the American Valor Run.
Sounds intense.
Right. This isn't your run-of-the-mill motorcycle tour. This one's got something special going on.
Okay, I'm intrigued. What makes this one stand out?
First off, it's designed by riders, for riders, and not just any riders. We're talking American touring bike enthusiasts.
So they know their audience. They understand what these riders are looking for.
Exactly. They crave those epic journeys, but with a well-structured experience.
Makes sense. You want that freedom of the open road, but without the headache of figuring out logistics on the fly.
And that's where the American Valor Run really shines. They've gone above and beyond with the planning. We're talking a full-on recon ride.
Wait, they sent a team to scout out the entire route beforehand.
Yep. Every single mile. They made sure the roads were top-notch, that the fuel stops could handle a big group of bikes. They even streamlined the toll payments.
Wow, talk about attention to detail. That's impressive.
Right. They've anticipated those little hiccups that can turn a dream ride into a headache. And here's the kicker: they documented the whole recon mission. There's a blog and a QR code linked in the materials.
Oh, that's cool. Like a behind-the-scenes look at the making of the tour.
Exactly. But here's the thing. This tour isn't just about racking up the miles. It's about experiencing history firsthand. We're talking about standing in the Luxembourg American Cemetery, the final resting place of General Patton.
Now that's powerful. To stand there, surrounded by history, feeling the weight of those sacrifices.
It's about connecting with the past on a visceral level. And it's not just about somber reflection either. This tour takes you through the heart of the Alps.
Okay, now you're speaking my language.
Huh.
The Alps. Just imagine those winding mountain roads, the scenery.
Right. Breathtaking views at every turn. But we should probably address the elephant in the room. This IDAS, a motorcycle tour, first and foremost. So tell me, how's the riding? Paint me a picture. What's it like out there on those roads?
Imagine this. You're leaning into those curves as you ascend Stelvio Pass, the highest paved mountain pass in the Eastern Alps. The air is crisp, thin, and the views, they're just awe-inspiring. You feel this sense of accomplishment with every hairpin turn.
Okay. I am so there. That sounds incredible. But the Alps are just one piece of this puzzle, right? What about the rest of the riding experience?
Picture this. You're cruising through the French countryside. You come across these picturesque villages nestled among rolling hills and vineyards, charming cafes, cobblestone streets, that undeniable European charm.
And let's not forget Belgium and Luxembourg. I've heard they have some pretty stunning landscapes, too.
Oh, absolutely. Breathtaking scenery, rich history. It's all there.
So we've got the history, the amazing writing. What about the overall vibe? Is this a luxury tour? Are we roughing it? Or somewhere in between?
That's a good question. It seems like they're going for authenticity over pure luxury.
Yeah, I was getting that sense, too.
Think, comfortable accommodations where you can immerse yourself in the local culture, not just some generic high-end hotel.
Right. It's about striking that balance. Comfortable enough to enjoy the journey, but authentic enough to really experience the places you're visiting. Speaking of which, one thing that stood out to me was how they handle all the logistics.
Oh, yeah, they take care of pretty much everything.
I mean, toll passes, fuel stops. They even sort out your riding insurance.
Exactly. No need to stress about navigating unfamiliar roads and regulations in a foreign country. They've got you covered.
That's a game changer, especially if you're not used to international travel. But hold on, there was this whole thing about fuel. They cover it, but there's a catch.
Right. So
Nice.
first off, your bike gets shipped pretty much empty. Safety first.
Right.
But they whisk you off to refuel as soon as you land. After that, they've got you covered on riding days.
Okay, so what about the non-riding days?
Non-riding days, fuel's on you. Plus, they ask you to start each riding day with a full tank, enough for at least 120 miles.
Yeah, 120 mile. They mean business.
They do. But it makes sense, right? Can't have 20 motorcycles stranded because they ran out of gas.
True that. So it's all about keeping things moving smoothly, minimizing those delays.
Precisely. And just think about it. No scrambling for gas stations in a foreign country. They've taken care of it all for you.
It's all about streamlining the experience, which makes sense considering how much ground this tour covers.
Exactly. And it's not just fuel. Visas, toll passes, all those little logistical details.
Yeah.
They handle it.
Yeah, they really do handle everything, don't they?
Mm.
But let's get into some specifics. When we're talking about a tour this epic, the details matter. What's the actual timeline look like? How many other riders are going to be along for the ride?
Okay, so you're looking at a 21-day tour. 11 of those days are dedicated to riding.
Okay, got it. 11 days of pure riding bliss. And what about the group size? How many other bikes am I sharing the road with?
This is where it gets really interesting. They limit each tour to only 20 motorcycles.
Wow, only 20. That's incredible.
Yeah.
Talk about an intimate experience.
Exactly. It's not like you're just one face in a massive crowd. This fosters a real sense of camaraderie, like a shared journey among people who share a passion.
It's about the connections you make along the way, too, not just the places you see.
Absolutely. And speaking of shared journeys, let's not forget about the expert escorts.
Oh, yeah. They're not just there to look cool.
All right. Now, what's their role? These are experienced riders, people who know the roads in the area like the back of their hands. They're there to ensure the safety and the smooth operation of the whole tour. Think of them as your riding concierges, making sure everything runs without a hitch.
That's huge, especially on a longer international trip. It's like having a safety net and a personal guide all rolled into one. But let's be real for a second. This isn't your average weekend getaway. There's that elephant in the room. We need to talk about the price tag.
It's true. This is a significant investment, no doubt about it. But I think it's important to reframe how we view that cost. This isn't just a vacation. It's an all-inclusive, once-in-a-lifetime experience.
Okay, so it's about more than just the dollar amount. It's about the value you're getting in return.
Precisely. Think about everything that's included. You've got your business class airfare, top-notch accommodations, your bike shipped and insured, meticulously planned itinerary, expert support throughout the whole trip.
And don't forget, they're covering your fuel on riding days, which, let's be honest, is a considerable expense on a trip like this.
You're right. It's easy to overlook those added costs that can really sneak up on you. By taking care of all the logistical and financial details, they free you to just be present, to immerse yourself in the experience without constantly checking your bank account.
That peace of mind is invaluable, really.
Right.
Okay, so let's say someone's listening, their wheels are turning, they're intrigued. What's the next step if they're seriously considering taking the plunge?
First things first, head over to their website, elitebiketours.com.
They also have a Facebook page, Elite Bike Tours, which is always a good way to get a feel for a company's vibe.
Oh, absolutely. Photos, videos, hearing from other riders. It's a great way to see the camaraderie, the shared experiences, really reinforces that this is more than just a tour. It's a community.
It really does. And for a journey like this, that sense of shared connection adds a whole other dimension. It's about the bonds you form, the people you meet along the way.
It really is. And speaking of connections, there was one detail I found really interesting. They have this network of travel agents who can help with the booking process. They even offer a commission structure.
That's great for anyone who might feel a little overwhelmed planning such a big trip on their own. Having that dedicated travel agent in their corner can make the whole process so much smoother.
Exactly. It's all about finding what works best for you. But I will say, if this is even remotely on your radar, don't wait too long to reach out.
Really? Are the tours filling up that quickly?
They've only got 3 tours scheduled for 2025,
Yeah.
April, June, and August. And remember, they're capped at 20 bikes each. That's just 60 spots for the entire year. They are planning to expand to 5 tours in 2026. So if someone's looking for that super exclusive experience, those earlier tours might be the way to go.
I can see that. There's something to be said for being part of those early groups, kind of like being a trailblazer. It's about more than just snagging a spot, though, right? It's about supporting a company that clearly pours their heart and soul into what they do.
Absolutely. And being veteran-owned and operated, that ethos shines through in every aspect of the tour.
You can really feel it, especially in how they emphasize honoring history, embracing adventure, and fostering that sense of camaraderie.
It's a powerful combination that resonates deeply with people.
I mean, think about it. How many travel experiences can offer that kind of depth? This isn't just ticking boxes on a bucket list.
Not at all. This is about stepping into history, immersing yourself in the culture, and experiencing the pure joy of riding.
It's about pushing your own boundaries, challenging yourself physically and mentally, and embracing that transformative power of travel.
It really is. And you know what's interesting? We haven't even touched on souvenirs.
Because who needs a keychain when you've got memories like these, right?
Exactly. With a trip like this, the greatest souvenirs are the stories you gather and the moments you share.
And speaking of stories, one thing that really struck me going through all these materials was the focus on authenticity.
Oh, absolutely. They take care of all the logistics to make the trip as smooth as possible, but they also encourage you to really dive into those destinations,
They've nailed that balance of a structured itinerary with the freedom to explore.
Exactly. It's not about being herded around like a group.
Mm.
You have time to wander those cobblestone streets, enjoy a glass of wine at a Parisian cafe, Maybe chat with a local artisan.
It's those spontaneous interactions, those unscripted moments that often become the most vivid memories. And let's not forget those small but significant details they've taken care of, like making sure fuel stops can handle a large group of motorcycles, or having expert escorts who know those European roads like the back of their hands.
Those little things add up to a truly incredible experience. They've sweated the small stuff so you can just relax and enjoy the ride.
So, as we wrap up this deep dive into the American Valor Run, what's that one key takeaway you hope our listeners walk away with today?
This is more than just a motorcycle tour. It's a journey of a lifetime, a chance to step back in time, connect with history on a personal level, and forge memories that will last a lifetime.
It's about adventure, camaraderie, and self-discovery, all set against the backdrop of some of Europe's most stunning landscapes.
It's about answering that call of the open road, feeling the wind in your hair, and embracing the freedom that comes with exploring new horizons.
It's about pushing your boundaries, embracing the unknown, and coming back home with a fresh perspective, a new appreciation for history, culture, and the pure joy of riding.
It's about more than just the miles you log. It's about the journey within.
And on that note, we'll leave you with this thought. Could this be the adventure you've been waiting for? Could this be more than just a tour? Could this be a pilgrimage?
We encourage you to visit their website, check out their Facebook page, and see if the American Valor Run calls to your adventurous spirit.
And until next time, keep those engines running and those wheels turning.